Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief. We're going to try to keep this one brief today, but hit that like button. Let's try to get up to 500 likes. Larson, what's in the news?
What's in the news? So yesterday we talked a lot about the unfortunate releases of several WWE talents, furloughs of some backstage producers, and WWE made it seem like they were in some measure of financial straits in their press release. However, Dave Meltzer, in the most recent episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, goes into detail about financially they're doing pretty okay. He mentions on today's show that even if WWE doesn't do another Saudi Arabia show this year, if they don't do another house show this year, if they don't make any other money off any additional merchants or licensing deals, the company is still on track to make about $1 billion.
Damn, Wes.
Which, if they cross the $1 billion threshold, will be the most they've ever made in any year in the company's history. Last year, total revenues were about $960 million, pretty close to $1 billion, obviously, but the potential exists that they could cross the $1 billion threshold this year if things continue as they're going. Of course, he mentions that projections are down from what they were expected to be before COVID-19. However, WWE is still on track to be profitable. He estimated that if things had gone normally this year, they probably would have made like $1.2 billion. On the Wrestling Observer message boards, Dave got into more detail about where WWE's money is coming from. Of course, he got about $470 million in domestic television deals. But also, they're getting additional monies from international TV deals, of course, network subs, licensing deals, and all that would push potential total revenue to the $1 billion range. Additionally, Meltzer estimates that WWE is saving a grand total of $8 million this year by cutting salary, averaging about $703,000 a month.
Yeah, well, yeah. What can you say?
You can say it sucks. It sucks that they let these people go. It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, man.
It sucks. Given the environment we're in now, where work is extremely hard to come by, it sucks. Yeah. It sucks to pull this type of crap when the financial health of the company, like they're solvent. They're not in danger of going out of business. Apparently not in danger of being unprofitable this year. It's just to maintain a certain level of profitability, apparently, and to, let 22 people go, 24 people go, maybe more now, given there's some additional NXT names. It sucks.
It'd be nice if we had some amount of, because on one hand, this is like sort of standard business procedures. It would be nice if we had some idea as to what severance packages were being offered. I mean, all these people are covered by various forms of unemployment insurance.
Yeah, now they are, yeah.
Because of what's going on. So that's a good thing.
Well, my understanding is I think PW Insider was saying that everybody's getting a 90-day no-compete, which I'd assume means they're getting paid for those 90 days.
Yeah, right.
And then additionally, NXT talents, as Sean Ross Sapp reported, we'd mentioned yesterday, were given 30 days of pay, and then they're free to do what they want.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, dude. It really does. Hopefully all these people, every last one of them, can land on their feet, and hopefully the cuts that might still be coming won't be as bad as we think they might be. But yeah, it's just an entirely. I mean, this just sucks, man.
It does suck. Speaking of roster cuts, after all the cuts yesterday, there was some speculation there might be even more forthcoming. We thought as early as today. However, if Meltzer is to be believed, there might not be any more, at least on the main roster. Because again, on Wrestling Observer Radio, he said that while there might be more cuts in NXT, since we reported yesterday, MJ Jenkins, Dan Matha, and then a few other names.
John Costa? I forget his name.
Had been released. There might be some more in NXT, but apparently the expectation is to be no more releases from the main roster.
Because that was the idea that maybe there was the SmackDown, because SmackDown hadn't happened yet, that it might be like post SmackDown, because everybody was from either Raw or 205 or NXT. So that's good. Wrestling Inc. also has some details on when furloughed employees might be returning to work, noting Wrestling Inc. has learned that employees who are furloughed received an information packet which stated they were furloughed because of, quote, current level of work available as a result of COVID-19. The pandemic was referred to as an unforeseen circumstance akin to a natural disaster. While Wednesday was the last official workday, they will remain on payroll until this Saturday when the furlough officially begins. The furlough end date is July 1st, 2020, although it was specified that it was subject to extension, quote, given the current situation and ongoing uncertainties. It was noted that while there is not a definitive end date, the expectation is that it will last fewer than 6 months. Although WWE reserves the right to extend or terminate the furlough period at their discretion, it was stated that they plan to keep employees informed of decisions made during that time. While they hope that the furloughs will be sufficient, it was noted that layoffs might be necessary.
So my understanding is that the furloughed producers were furloughed due to cancellation of house shows.
Yeah, but see, I don't know, man. I don't know when that stuff's going to come back, you know?
I know.
Like, I mean, 6 months from now is October. I don't know. I mean, this is such a fluid and not looking great situation.
I'm really surprised they even went so far as to say July 1st as the
I know, me too.
Date, because that's really optimistic.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I don't know. Unless, I mean, look, even the new guidelines that were issued today, or the thing that I saw on CNN anyways, I don't know if it was like official yet, but you know, the federal government is basically, you know, standing pat on, hey, this is what you should be doing in practice, but they're basically leaving it to the governors to decide what's best for their states. If certain states, like, ideally you want everybody to be going by the science of it.
Yes.
And if there are certain territories, if you will, that are basically free and clear, which I don't know if any territories are going to be free and clear by July. I just don't know. Then, I mean, I guess some places can be opened up. I mean, some places are going to be opened up sooner than others. That's a fact, because they're doing this regionally. But I don't know. I mean, even like, you know, I know the latest right now is California is closed till May 6th, unless you're Los Angeles and it's May, I don't know, 13th. And I imagine all that stuff's going to be extended also.
Oh, yeah. Based on everything the governor's saying, the mayor of Los Angeles, they're all anticipating, you know, next year, essentially, when any measure of normalcy when any measure of normalcy as we used to it could return.
Yeah, there's not going to be a... there's not going to be a snap.
This could be incremental, yeah. And you know, Gavin Newsom, the mayor of California, already introduced a plan, you know, assuming certain criteria is met, to start that incremental change.
Yeah, and that's what the new federal guidelines were too. They're all based on you know, criteria being met, basically. So yeah, I don't know. It's an entirely fluid situation. You know, hopefully things get, you know, like I say, maybe hopefully there'll be a couple strokes of luck here and there. And in sad news today, we all learned via Twitter this morning that Howard Finkel, the very first employee of the World Wrestling Federation since 1975, passed away at the age of 69.
Yeah. As you mentioned, the first employee of the company. I think he was officially hired in 1980. As the company's first employee, longtime ring announcer. Really, the when I think of wrestling growing up, that's the voice I hear is his and Mean Gene's. You know, turned the TV on Saturday mornings to USA to watch me some WWF in the mid '80s, and hearing him do the ring announcing, it was just, his voice was so soothing, so personable. And you know, between his ring announcing, the personality that actually let him show in backstage segments and such, he even had a match or two. It was a time when WWE, where you know, like nowadays, you have talent, and we have like wrestlers, and you have other on-screen talent. Back in the '80s, it just felt like everybody was in it together. You know,
I know.
The far more often the ring announcers, the commentators, the interviewers would interact with the talent on a far more personable level than what we see now.
Yeah.
It's something I miss.
Yeah. That's why I like AEW so much.
Yeah.
Because they do that.
They
like,
do that.
All the, you see Jericho and Schiavone together and, and Britt Baker and Schiavone, they're all intermingled. And yeah, that's, I think, one thing that WWE has been severely lacking. Like, I'll never forget those poor Dasha and that video of her as a robot.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely hilarious and kind of true. It just feels like they're like either so scared to go outside of a certain thing that they don't, and that didn't used to be the case. Like Mean Gene would like check wrestlers, and Fink, he was just a character unto his own, and he was a very calming presence. He seemed like a very pure person, Like, he just seemed like a very genuine, nice, pure. You don't see a lot of people like that anymore. Everything's so cynical and pandemic ridden. But anyways, so that was really sad.
Yeah.
And it's just been nothing but an outpouring of love for him on the Twitter from all sorts of wrestling personalities who cross paths with him throughout the years. So that's always good to see. But rest in peace, Howard Finkel.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyways, that's it for News Brief. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Smash that like button. Thanks for listening. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.